Do you remember the days when popcorn did not come in a flat little microwave bag? Before it was just a button you pressed, it was a real event. Today, we just toss a paper bag into a machine, press a number, and walk away to look at our phones. We expect everything to be fast and instant. But in doing so, we completely lost the suspense and the pure magic of the wait. First, think about the focus it took. There were no screens to steal your attention. You stood right there by the hot stove, handle in your hand, eyes completely locked on that flat foil dome. You had to gently shake the pan back and forth, waiting in the quiet kitchen for that very first sound. Second, remember the magic of the transformation. Pop, pop, pop. Slowly at first, and then a wild frenzy of sound. You watched in pure amazement as that flat foil swelled up and turned into a giant silver balloon right before your eyes. It grew and grew, until you thought it might just burst open. And third, it was a delicate art that required your full attention. You had to listen closely for just the right moment to pull it off the heat. If you stopped too early, you wasted half the kernels at the bottom. But if you waited just 10 seconds too long, you burned the whole batch. The entire house filled with the smell of warm butter, pure anticipation, and the feeling of a perfect Saturday night. But here is the beautiful truth we did not realize back then. We thought we were just making a simple treat for movie night. But we were actually practicing the lost art of being fully present. We were not just watching a silver balloon grow, we were creating a core memory with our family, standing together in the kitchen, just watching and listening. Sometimes, the best moments in life were not the fastest ones. They made you wait. They made you participate. And somehow, that made everything taste so much better. If you can still remember the smell of that butter and the sound of that pan, or if you missed the simple joy of that giant silver balloon, please hit that like button and share this video with someone who remembers those beautiful Saturday nights. Do you remember when watching a movie was not just a way to pass the time, but a highly anticipated family event? Specifically, that one magical night every single year when The Wizard of Oz came on television. Today, we have thousands of movies right at our fingertips. We can stream whatever we want, whenever we want, and we easily watch entire shows in a single weekend. But in a world where everything is always available, we have completely lost the beautiful feeling of anticipation. First, think about the preparation it took. You knew the exact date and the exact time from the television guide. The entire household revolved around it. Dinner was eaten early, baths were completely rushed, and the popcorn bowls were filled to the very top. Second, the stakes were incredibly high. There was no pause button to run to the kitchen. There was no way to rewind the picture. If you missed it, that was it. You had to wait an entire year for it to come back on. And third, remember the pure magic of that shared moment. The whole family gathered together around one heavy wooden television set. The lights in the living room were dimmed low. And the exact moment that screen shifted from dusty black and white into vivid color, it felt like absolute magic every single time. But here is the secret we did not realize back then. We thought the magic was happening on the screen in the land of Oz. But the real magic was happening right there on the living room couch. For one night, the whole world stopped, and everyone in the house was completely present, sharing one beautiful experience together. We did not binge watch, we waited. And somehow, having to wait for it, made it mean so much more. If you remember the feeling of waiting all year for this special night, or if you miss the days when families truly gathered together, please hit that like button and share this video with someone who was sitting right next to you on that couch. Do you remember the sharp click and the glowing red coil of the car cigarette lighter? Today, every car dashboard looks exactly like a giant computer. We have massive touch screens, charging ports, and navigation systems constantly telling us exactly where to go. Everything is smooth, quiet, and perfectly safe. But in making our cars so incredibly smart, we somehow lost the soul and the raw feeling of a real drive. First, think about that little round socket on the dashboard. There was a time when it was absolutely not used to charge a cell phone. You pushed the metal knob in, waited in quiet suspense, and listened for that deeply satisfying pop. It revealed the dangerously glowing red-hot coil, and every single kid learned very quickly exactly why you should never touch it. Second, remember the unforgettable smells and sounds of those old cars. The heavy interior smelled strongly of baking vinyl, warm summer dust, and usually a hint of old smoke. The radio crackled through the heavy static as you tried to turn the dial to find a station, and a needle on the speedometer bounced up and down with every single bump in the road. And third, think about the wild freedom of the ride itself. There were no bucket seats or strict safety rules keeping you completely pinned down. When your dad took a sharp corner just a little too fast, all the kids would slide all the way across the giant vinyl bench seat, filled with pure laughter. But here is the secret we only understand now. We thought that glowing lighter was just a simple tool for the adults. But looking back, that sharp pop was actually a core part of the soundtrack of growing up. It meant we were going somewhere. Today, we just plug our silent devices in and completely isolate ourselves. But back then, the car itself felt completely alive. If you can still hear the sound of that lighter popping out, or if you remember sliding across those wide bench seats on a sunny afternoon, please hit that like button and share this video with someone who rode shotgun with you back in the good old days. Have you ever noticed how easily we are startled now? Glitch in the system, a lost connection, and we panic. But there was a time, a whole generation, that was trained for something much deeper. Look at this picture, the uniform lines, the eyes forward, the silence, a world without explaining yourself. You might think it looks frightening, a strict nun with a ruler, children like soldiers, but that is not the full story. You see, we weren't just scared of glitches. We were scared of real, world, sirens. Of drills that made no sense to a child. You didn't ask why you were ducking under a desk, you just did it. The fear was in the air, it was on that sign. Duck and cover, the Cold War was our backdrop. And it wasn't just global politics, it was personal. It was the fear of the voices that did not ask twice. The fear of the silence that came before the ruler met your hand, if you were talking back, if you were trying to explain. Yet, in that fear, there was structure. We learned how to sit still, a skill lost today. We learned how to listen, to really listen. How to survive uncomfortable moments, with your hands folded, eyes forward. And somehow, those moments shaped us. They didn't make us soft, or afraid of a glitch. They made us steady. The real twist is not that we survived, but that we learned. We learned that strength was not loud, or about being the center of attention. It was quiet. It was constant. And when life got hard, later on, we didn't panic. We did not need to be coddled. We had already been trained. Our strength was built in that classroom. If you are part of that steady generation, or if you wish you were, like and share this story. We have lessons to share.